it is India versus Pakistan once again. And that means your Sunday evening plans are sorted. One-sided game. The last time these two teams met in the first round. But sadly, and I'm sure both of you will weigh in on this, once again, Pakistan in the news for what they do off the field. They did not turn up for the pre-match press conference. What's happening?
I wish I knew, because if they're not turned up, we won't know what's happening there. If they've not turned up, what do you say?
I think it's a sign of protest from them. I think, I'm assuming, speculating over here, we don't know. But it's probably a sign of protest from them.
No, do you have to attend a press conference?
I'm sure it's part of your...
Just like you don't have to shake hands, can they say that we didn't have to come to a press conference?
I think it's part of your media commitments in the tournament. That's what you commit to do, right?
I'm sure it's part of your media commitments.
Okay.
Just by the way, in case any Pakistani fan is watching, Andy Pycroft will be the match referee tomorrow. So none of those protests have worked in any way, and I suppose it's only good for their team, for their fans, if they turn up on time for the game tomorrow against India. A lot of things going wrong for them, barring Fakhar Zaman, who scored a 50 in that game against Afghanistan. Nothing else is working for them. Right up top, Saeem Ayub for Pakistan. So Saeem Ayub, 3 ducks.
3 ducks. 3 ducks, slightly out of form. Even Salman Ali Agha hasn't looked the part. Saibzada is the batter who's seen as the aggressor, so they need runs from him. But Saeem Ayub is a talent. Look, he is a talent. So it's just that for him, thankfully, his bowling is going pretty fine. So that doesn't put that much pressure. But as a batter, and that too a top order batter, your principal job is to contribute, and that too against a bowling lineup like India, which has got all the variety. You're going to be up against a Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, then the 3 spinners, all very differently abled spinners. So yeah, so it is going to be a big task. And more importantly, for me, Fakhar Zaman is somebody whom I think is a thorn. Every time you think of India, his record in one-day cricket is pretty good against India as an opener, but he's not opened against India in T20s. He's come down the order, and that's actually in a way helped, because by the time the spinners come, and if the team is in a bit of pressure, then it's not easy for Fakhar Zaman either. But yeah, lots of things to look at for Pakistan. You just look at both the teams, you weigh both the sides. Definitely India is the stronger side, much stronger side.
Pakistan managed only 146, I think it was that game against UAE, where Fakhar Zaman scored a 50, but runs not coming up top, and you really don't have a foundation for the others to build on.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with Ayub getting 3 ducks. If you're not having runs on top, it puts pressure on the batters to follow, especially against an attack like India's, which, once they sense weakness, they will come, they'll strangle you and they'll choke you, because that's how good this Indian attack is. We had that graphic of, spinners and that trio of spinners. Who do you take? We all chose India because it's a wonderful trio of spinners. So look, Saeem Ayub is too good a player to fail too often. He's a wonderful, wonderful talent in world cricket. Yeah. We saw a celebration of his when he picked up wicket. His celebration was really enthusiastic because he felt he had contributed something to the game. Yeah. And I feel he'll be charged up. So I think we will see a decent opening partnership from Pakistan.
He's the one who got both our openers. One with an absolute beauty, which was Shubman Gill. And then a couple of shots from Abhishek. He went inside out, played some good shots of good deliveries, but then was beaten in flight. Caught at long off. So he's somebody who knows how to bowl under pressure. He also knows how to bat. It's just that unfortunately for him,
Shaheen Shah Afridi as well. He is clearly their prime weapon with the ball. Abhishek Sharma took care of him of the first 2 deliveries, put pressure on him. Let's take a look at their 11. They brought in Haris Rauf for that last game in place of Fahim Ashraf. What's the 11 you'd go with? What's the combination you'd go with? Would you make any changes to that 11?
Well, Haris Rauf has the experience, so I think you might want to stick with him for a game like this. But, you wouldn't mind again doing that swap between Rauf and Mukim, because depending on what the pitch is like, you might make that swap. But I don't think they'll make any changes. I think they'll go with the experience of Haris Rauf.
You also want that extra batting cushion with Khushdil Shah staying in the 11, right? Would you bring in Sufyan Mukim for Khushdil?
Conditions are very similar to what we saw. So Khushdil with his options, I think, adds a lot of variety. There was when we did a show, I think when Simon was with us, and he spoke about Mohammad Wasim Jr.
Yeah.
If you remember, you and me were on the show, and he said he's somebody to look at as a bowling option and who can also use the long handle. They've not looked at him at all during this tournament. I don't know why, but again, I'll go with what Rohan said. In a crunch game like India, you want Pakistan to have lots of experience, and I think that's what they will go with.
Now, let's talk about India. How easy or important is it for India to forget anything and everything they did against Oman in that game, which was one of the bizarrest games I've seen India play?
No, I don't think they're going to be looking too much into it. I think we look at it more than they would look at. I think it's just a game, and Rohan mentioned that it was an extended session out there. They wouldn't have been happy. Maybe they would have expected that anybody we dish out at Oman, they're good enough to take care. But you have to give credit to Oman that they pushed India.
Yeah.
The margin, according to T20 parlance, is huge, but you won't expect that from India, that you thought that they would have crushed them a lot more.
I don't. The only aspect from that game that they'd be worried about or they'd look at is the bowling. The fact that the bowlers conceded so many runs. Otherwise, I don't think they'd really be dissecting that game and saying, "Oh, we should have done that. We should have done this." No. It was like they've got the victory.
Two of the bowlers may not be playing tomorrow.
Yeah, two of the bowlers might not be playing. I mean, I think I'm pretty sure they would be.
Harshit and
Harshit won't play because you'll get Varun and Bumrah back.
Yep.
So look, that changes the complexion of the bowling attack. So look, like I said, I don't think they'll be looking too much into it. It wasn't a bizarre game. I mean, it was like I said. We won the game. We've got the points. They tried something. They were experimenting. And they've got the result.
They won by what, 20 odd runs?
Yeah, 20 odd runs. But I think, like I said, the bowling will be disappointed because on that pitch, you would have expected the bowlers to do better. So they would have dissected that, but not too much. They would have said, we are unbeaten, we are playing really good cricket.
Yeah.
Let's continue that.
The intensity will be very different from how it was against Oman. The lineup will be different. The return of Bumrah and Varun will clearly make this India 11 look very, very different. Only two changes, or is there something else you think about?
I don't think there'll be any other change because they're doing pretty fine. Good to see that Sanju Samson got a hit yesterday. He didn't have a hit at all because the others were getting runs. And as you said, the comeback of when Jasprit Bumrah and Varun Chakravarti, not a comeback, but when Jasprit Bumrah and Varun Chakravarti come back, it adds a lot of bite and teeth to our bowling.
If they didn't make a change against the Oman game, they won't be making a change unless it's a forced change in terms of injury.
Yeah.
If you were going to give someone a run out, the guys who haven't played, you would have made sure they played against Oman. We could have said, okay, listen, they're going to play against Pakistan. Let's give them some match practice against Oman.
Yeah.
Right. Now, the guys who didn't play, Rinku and Rinku and whoever didn't play.
Jitesh.
Rinku and Jitesh didn't play. I don't think unless there's an injury, I don't think they'll be playing this game either.
Players to watch out for, one each, please.
I'll start with Abhishek from India.
Okay.
And from Pakistan, I'm still going with Saim Ayub.
I'm going to go with Saim Ayub because I think we might see some runs from him tomorrow.
Okay.
And from India, I'm going to go with Shubman Gill.